Hi everyone, my name is Ton van der Kroon. I'm a Dutch writer and workshop leader, and over the last 20 years I've been doing trauma healing both in Gaza and in Israel. The first 10 years mostly Gaza, the second 10 years mostly on the Israeli side. So you can imagine the shock I had over the last 2 weeks from October 7th when the atrocity started, first from Hamas. And I had friends in Kibbutz Be'eri who had to hide, and I didn't know if they were still alive. And a week later, the atrocity started on the other side, the killing in Gaza. So I've been dealing with these both sides, and I would love to share some insights from those 20 years. Because after working in Gaza for so many years, especially after wars in 2007, 2008, 2014, I saw horrible things. I heard all the stories about kids and families being bombed, about atrocities that happened in Gaza year after year. And I was shocked and appalled. I didn't understand how this could happen, how the international community didn't respond very well, and how Israeli people could do that. So it really touched me deeply, of course, and I lived with the stories of the people of Gaza. But at some point, I wanted to know, why is this happening? Why do Israelis do this? So I was looking at it from that side. And then I started to get to know Israelis, and I started to do trauma healing over there and men's groups. And I started to get to know them. And the result end of both of that work was that I started to love both people very much, very dearly. And I have a lot of friends in Gaza and on the Israeli side. Now, one workshop in particular gave me a lot of insight, and that was with a men's group. I think it was 2016. There were about 20 men, and we did a lot of personal work. But at some point, I gave them an assignment. I work with mythological stories, and this particular story is a Greek myth. It's called the Minotaur. It's about half man, half beast, and he eats children. And the assignment I gave to the 20 men, I said, in 24 hours, you have to kill the beast. You have to kill the monster. That's what happens in the story by Theseus, a Greek hero, and he has to kill the monster. So I said the same to the Israeli men. What happened was, at 2 o'clock in the night, they were sitting around the fire, fighting, having discussions, were upset, angry. They said, what a horrible workshop is this. We don't understand what it means to kill the monster. By coincidence, that weekend there were bombings in Gaza as well. And when the desperation had set in completely, one of the Israeli men said, but I start to understand. The monster is our fear. It's in us. Because we see that fear projected outside, we want to kill it. But actually, it is something inside ourselves, and it's something in all of us. We all are half human, half monster. And we can all do terrible things to each other. And we were all kind of shocked by the insight. I hadn't thought of that beforehand. It was not on purpose, but that came out of the exercise. And it gave a very deep insight. He also said, we have that big fear because of 2,000 years of persecutions, of the Holocaust, of being cast out as the Jewish people. So that gave me a lot of wisdom and insight about what's happening now, the drama that's unfolding in Israel and in Gaza. Because both people see each other part human and part monster, and they want to erase the other. Yeah. So here we are, international community, looking at the drama unfolding over the last 2 weeks. And what we do is we tend to take sides. Just like in a soccer match, we are pro-Palestine or pro-Israel. Yeah, that's how we are programmed. Um, One has to lose, one has to win. But for healing to take place, we have to embrace both sides. And we have to embrace both the fear and the anger. And know that we're all kind of half monster and half human. Um, I have a dear friend coming from the Israeli army, and he said, I am amazed that there are such good men, such great men that are working in the army and they're friends of mine, and they start to kill innocent people on the other side. They have to do it because it's part of their narrative. Um, and of course, part of their, um, to save their own people. But to come out of this incredible, of this cycle of violence that keeps going on and on and on, we have to make a next step. We have to do something that's never been done before. And that is to embrace both sides. Um, Even if that's really difficult, even if we have a preference for one side or the other side. So what I want to ask you is, coming weekend, there's a moon eclipse in Scorpio. And a year ago, I was here in this place. I'm here at the foot of Mount Sinai. And we were bringing 1,000 women together to bring healing into the world. And that was a moon eclipse in Scorpio. And in a couple of days, it's again moon eclipse in Scorpio. And Scorpio is about death, about trauma, about deep, deep stuff. Maybe also about deep healing. So what I would like to do is to invite as many people as possible to come together Saturday. It's a moon eclipse at 11, about 11 o'clock in the evening, and to make a circle of healing and to widen our heart, to embrace both sides. Um, I know that might be a stretch, because of course we know the atrocities being done on one side and atrocities being done on the other side. But as an international community, I would like to ask you to stand around them in a big circle and holding them all in an embrace. So if you can send this message to as many people as you know, and we come together Saturday evening, moon eclipse, the 28th of October, take good care of yourself, and we come together Saturday.